Welcome back to my channel. My name is Doppel-N/niche. I am a manifestation coach. Today, I want to welcome you from Impact Hub Hamburg. I have successfully manifested a free day ticket here. I'm really grateful and happy because you can already notice how much the audio and video quality have been improved. I always think the people whom you follow, they are like your role models. You follow them and you subconsciously adopt their habits, beliefs, how they show up to life. This is why I want to create an example. I want to set an example where you really be or become the best version of yourself with me. This is my priority when I choose someone to enter my reality, to someone so that they can enter my reality. I make sure that they also become the best version of themselves. This is not something that I take lightly. Now, today we will talk about identity shifting. This is a major step towards being your best version. Being your best possible version has a lot to do with your higher self. Your higher self is someone, oh God, your higher self is someone who knows everything about you. Your higher self is like above, seeing you, guiding you, and you have this inner compass who can tune to that knowing and take that decision that makes you go to that way. At first, you might be overwhelmed because there's so many decisions, so many possibilities, so many realities. But if you really think, it's a good kind of overwhelming, not a bad kind of overwhelming, because you have so many options to choose from. I read somewhere it's like a buffet that you get to choose what you want to eat. It's not the other way. This is why it's so cool when you become that version who is so confident within themselves that they know that they have the option to choose from, and not like they are struggling with life because they only have one option. Now, when it comes to making an identity shift, you have to know that you have to become a no one or nobody so that you can become anyone or anybody. This is life changing, this is game changing, because we think, who am I? If you ask yourself, who am I, you will designate few titles. I would say egoistic titles, because all your life you have been conditioned to become someone that satisfied the social standards. This is problematic because when you become that someone, when you get attached to that particular character, you try to stay in that state. But if you want to become free, if you want to be free and want to play, go towards something unexplored, go to the unknown, then you have to become a no one. If you become no one, you can easily choose from infinite parallel realities that have been always available to you. Once you get into that nobody, that zone, you can quantum jump to any reality that you want. How do you start? How do you make this shift? Kindly know that each decision that you are making is leading you to a new reality. Each moment we are shifting. We think that we are at the same place, but no, we are always shifting between alternate realities. Maybe you have watched Marvel movies where they have talked about the concept of multiverse. Many people have doubts about these things because quantum mechanics tell us about multi-world theory, but it's a theory. Like many people are skeptical about something that's a theory and not something that has practical evidence. But the thing is, if you really make some research or you start observing the synchronicities and patterns around you, you will start noticing that Nothing is real. Everything is an illusion. We are living in an illusion. It's like an open secret. Maybe it's still a theory, but if you start observing things around you, the glitches that are sometimes observed, if you don't know about glitches, I can only tell you that glitch is something that's unexplainable, that happens, and it usually doesn't have any explanation why did that happen. Suppose something came out of thin air in your room, but it was never there. You were like, where did that come from? There was a YouTube channel, and I think it's called Paranormal Rising. It had beautiful glitch stories. The funny thing is, when I decided that I want to become a new person, I started noticing that many people are also choosing a new life, and I saw the same thing when I saw that particular YouTuber. He posted that he doesn't want to continue that YouTube channel anymore. This was kind of surprising to me, but I also knew that we are all connected. We all have an impact on each other. Maybe you have heard of the concept of quantum entanglement. We have the power to make an effect on anything. Even those stars in the sky, we think that they are so distant, but we all have the same energy and we all make an impact on each other. Albert Einstein said that this is spooky. He never believed in this, but later quantum entanglement was proved. I had many friends who always questioned this because, as I said, it's like a theory, simulation theory. But if you do some research, you will notice that no, it's not everything that we know. We only see less than 1% of the reality. There are still 99.9999% that we don't see. Many realities are in the unknown. This is why it's good to question. It's good to question, to make sure that you also know your stuff. But I also like the fact that people question and are skeptical about these things, because it means that they are serious about getting a proof about quantum entanglement or near-death experience or simulation theory or I just said that glitches in the matrix. This is actually positive. I don't see it as something negative. Many people in the spiritual community they get offended when skeptical people ask these questions, but let's normalize that. Let's welcome those discussions. Maybe they have never experienced those magical things that are unexplainable. You know what happened once? Once my niece, she's only 1.5 years old, she texted me with the writing the Instagram handle of my specific person. When I first saw that, my jaw was dropped, because that didn't have any explanation. Like, how does she know? Things like that have been happening to me for some time now. This is why I joined as a manifestation coach. Now I'm saying all these things so that you are open to new possibilities and new thoughts. Thoughts have energy. When you become a new person, your thoughts will shift. You won't see the world like before. You will have new thoughts, new feelings, new emotions, new habits. Maybe you don't like being a vegetarian anymore. Maybe you don't like that previous friend circle anymore. Maybe you don't like the fact that you are living in the city anymore. Things will change, and when you recognize those changes, everything will accelerate. You will see those new habits, things creating an impact on you, you will love being the new person. Because as I told you, even though it's hard to change, it's hard to embrace change. Once you become that nobody where you can become anybody, it's so much fun. You don't want to be one person in your life anymore. You'd be like, I am God and I'm here to create. I came back to earth. Now I want to play. I want to play so much. I want to experience so much that I don't want to get stuck in just one identity. This is where the game begins. You have so many things to experience. Also know that this is like cool, really cool stuff. We think that we're doing something, but we are not doing anything. Like right now, I'm thinking that I am creating a YouTube video, and you were thinking that you were watching a YouTube video, but we are in a dream. We are experiencing. You will notice that many times you come across this particular term, experience. Human life is an experience. We get so much concentrated on doing that we don't realize that we are human. We are called human beings for a reason. We are here to be the being. Kerry K, Kerry space K. She is one of my favorite YouTubers. She talks a lot about these things. I really like her approach towards manifestation, ascension. She also talks about the archons. These things are super cool stuff. I really believe if you are someone who's curious, you should have a look at that. I will also mention other manifestation coaches when I talk more in my next videos. Let's get back to identity shift. I wanted to tell you that when you focus on your energy, it will grow. Like if you focus on something, it will grow. Suppose something wonderful has happened. Now you focus on that, it will grow. You will receive more good things. You will receive more wonderful news. You will receive more resources. Like suppose today I'm really grateful about receiving this space. Now I am focusing my energy on that. I will receive more opportunities like that. There's this pattern and symbolism, I would also say, that you would notice once you get conscious. Your subconscious mind plays a major role when you create your reality. And when you are doing an identity shift, your subconscious mind knows that. Your subconscious mind basically knows everything about you. It knows about your past lives. It knows about your future potentials. It knows about your hidden capabilities that you maybe don't even know. You have a lot of talents. You have businesses. You have books, courses. Maybe you are not aware of that. This is why you don't see them, but they are there. Once you go into that state, that new identity, you will start recognizing them. There's also this thing, like I showed this in my previous video where I told you about this book called Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He said that you in 3D, like in the Newtonian world where we think that we are moving through time, this we say this to make sure that we are not getting lost in the, to make sure that we are calculating everything in a classical physical way. But in 5D world, in the multiverse theory, what happens is time is moving through us. Like I told you, I always saw this particular timing on my clock. I was curious, why is that happening? Because time is moving through me. It's not the opposite that I have always known. But he said that you want to write a book in the Newtonian world. What happens is you grab a pen, you write those words, and the book is completed. But in 5D, like in the quantum world, in the multiverse theory, what happens is you already shift to that reality where the book has been written already. And this is crazy. This is why the glitches happen. I got this explanation when I see that there are other things that have been always there. Just because now I have matched the frequency, I can see that. This is why it comes visible to me, but before it was hidden. I'm sure if you explore these topics, you will find more interesting things. When you are talking about this particular spiritual stuff and already exploring in these zones, you are making a rapid shift in your identity. Now your identity wants to know more, wants to question more, wants to identify more. This is incredible at first, because you now know that you don't have to stress so much, because life doesn't happen to you, rather you create life. Everything around you is working in favor of you, and you are the creator who's doing all this stuff. A good example that I can say, when I go out of my house or when I go to the groceries, I feel so happy. I feel so relaxed, so stress-free. I don't feel those 3D emotions anymore. This is how I know that I have changed. A major energy shift has been happening in my body, that I don't feel those emotions anymore. This will happen to you as well now that I told you. This is also something that you should know. Once you receive an information, then you start experiencing that. It's not like the information wasn't available before, but now that you know about it, it will become visible in your life. Suppose you know about you never knew about the name of a band, Slipknot, for example. But now that I told you about Slipknot, you will start saying the name of Slipknot. This is what happens when you start focusing on each moment of your life. This is how big it is. To create an identity shift in your favor, you have to focus on these information that I already told you about, and always be enthusiastic about being a nobody instead of getting attached to an identity that kept you stuck in a reality for so long. Now if you want to experience new things and you want to receive new stuff, you want to explore in this infiniteness, then you have to become someone that doesn't have any attachment to just one particular identity. When you are exploring different kind of identities, it's like a role-playing game for you. It's not just, oh, I am living my life, this is it, this is just one character that I'm stuck with. No, it's like a virtual reality game. This feels very real. All these things that you see, everything feels so real, but it isn't. I also remember an example just now that I said it's not real. I remember Jay Shetty was once telling in a video that he was playing some kind of VR game and he had those glasses on. It felt so real. He was near like he was on a mountain, and he felt like he will fall, but it's not real. It's just like that. This is why you might feel afraid when things don't work out in your favor, but kindly know that nothing is real, and you have the capability and choices and main decision making capability, who can decide what goes on and what doesn't. This is how powerful you are as a creator. And kindly remember what I said about a huge identity shift. I hope you enjoyed this video. Enjoy your journey with manifesting.